You are entering your season of restoration. When the Holy Spirit spoke that to me, I fell to my knees and I began to worship. I began to worship because I have been in a long wilderness season and it seemed like there was no ending. And I know some of you can relate to what I'm saying. You have been through the fire. You have experienced seasons of loss, delays, and waiting. But God is saying to you today that what's coming is better than what's left. See, before God ushers us into the season of restoration, there is always a season of refinement that we have to go through. And for many of us, we have experienced stripping, refinement, loss, and setbacks, delays. And I want to speak to those that have remained faithful and remained obedient to God, even when it was hard. Even when it was hard and you had to walk away from people and places and things that God told you that no longer served you in this season. Even when you desired to do good, but the enemy and all that spiritual warfare that was on your back, you still remain faithful to God. God is saying that you don't need to fret. You don't need to lose no sleep, because whatever you had to leave or whatever left you in the seasons of your hardship, you have to understand that he'll give it back. And not only will he give it back, he'll give it more than what you ask. For many of you, you are expecting him to show up in the areas of your love life, in your health, with your children, on your job, and in your finances. He said, but you're not even asking big enough, because that's how great that he's finna show up in your life. God is saying that a lot, for many of you, you've been through hell and back. People haven't seen the tears that you cried, and how you stayed up all night, and how you sacrificed, and how you went without, and how the enemy kept on ramping up the warfare. But you remained faithful and you remained obedient. And he said, everything that you lost, every single thing that you lost, you're going to get it back. And it's going to come back. And then when it come back, it's going to be better than anything that you have ever experienced in your life. So for those that's in a season and you had to say goodbye to that man or that woman that the Lord said is no longer for you, he said that the love that he's ushering in this season is going to be better than what you ever experienced or what you even asked him for. He said for many of you, you have asked him for love. You have asked him for a better job. You have asked him for better health. Wherever it may be that you have asked the Lord for, he said you have not even asked big enough, because what he's going to give you is greater than what you even asked him for, and it's going to blow your mind. This is for those that have kept their eyes on God, despite the warfare, despite the hell and back they went through, despite the lies and the tactics of the enemy that try to delay them, that try to throw them off course. This is for those. I'm speaking to those people. God has said that you're entering into a season of restoration where you're going to get it all back plus more. The Lord has said that even through it all, you remain faithful and you remain obedient. And he said he know it wasn't easy for you. He said he know it wasn't easy for you telling them no and remaining faithful. But you did it anyhow. And he said, I reward those who love me. And he said, because you love me, that you're going to get it all back. And what's coming is better than what's left. So he said, you don't need to cry about what had to leave or what you had to leave. You don't have to cry about it. Because he said, I am a good father. I desire for my kids to have good things. He said, your eyes have not seen, your ears have not heard, neither has it entered into your heart all the things that the Lord has in plan for you. He said, so fret not. He said, forget the former days. What's ahead is greater. He said, you can't keep on looking back at what used to be. He said, what's ahead is what he bringing you to. And that's what you got to continue to look at. He said, so whatever had to drop off, whatever had to go in the middle of that hardship, in the middle of that suffering, in the middle of your trials and tribulations, don't worry about it, because what's coming is greater. Your better days is ahead of you. That's what the Lord is saying. Throughout that long wilderness season, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to feel like God has been knocking at everybody's door and answering everybody else's prayer but yours. I know what it's like. But that's why I said I dropped to my knees when the Spirit spoke to me. And he told me, Lashelle, you are entering into a season of restoration after a long wilderness season, after constant spiritual warfare, after walking through the fire, being lied on, being portrayed, being rejected, being overlooked. And for many of you, you have experienced the same thing. And in this season, you feel like God has forgotten about you. And it seemed like every time that you desire to do good, evil keep finding you. It seemed like every time that you desire to take one step forward, it seemed like you're taking 10 steps backwards. But God is saying, fret not in this season. For what your eyes have not seen, nor your ears have heard, nor has it entered to your heart everything good and great that he has planned for you and prepared for you. He said you don't have to look back at the days that's behind you or the people that left you or you had to leave. He said because what's ahead of you will outweigh what you had to leave behind you. Did you hear what I said? He said what's coming is greater than what had to drop off, what had to go. Some things we go through, we had to go through it. It had to drop off. It had to leave our life because we can't take it with us. He said, many are the plans in the heart of a man, but it's his plans that shall prevail. So sometimes we have our own plans. Sometimes we want to do our own things. But one thing about what I love about God is when you enter into his will and when you enter into his rest, he will direct your step and he will get you to the place that he needs you to be. And in the course of it, yes, we have to go through things that we don't like and we have to say goodbye to people that's not even necessarily bad for us, but we got to trust that in the fullness of time, that in our season of restoration, that he gonna give it back to us plus more. So that's what the Lord is saying to many of you today, that you are crossing over into your restoration season. Many of you has taken loss after loss. Don't seem like you was gonna get back up. Don't seem like you was gonna get back up. Even you yourself counted you out. You said, Lord, I don't know how you gonna fix it. I don't know how you gonna do it. But if you don't come through for me, if you don't get me out of this mess, I won't be able to get back up. But God said, rest assured, your greater days, your better days is ahead of you. And you are entering to your season where you're gonna get it all back. And not only is you gonna get it all back, I'm gonna give you double for your trouble. I love that. God will give you double for your trouble. And whatever we lost, he going to give it back to you better. So this is for those that has been in a stripping season, refinement, loss, setback, delays, and through it all, you remain faithful and obedient. He said, enter into your season of restoration. He said, you endured and you persevered. Even when it was hard, even when you could have turned backward, you set your eyes upon him and you kept moving. Even when people left your life, even when it was hard to say no, even when you didn't want to show up, you did it anyhow. And God said, it's time for you to enter into your rest, enter into your season of restoration. Because through it all, through the loss and the setback and the waiting, God said your better days and what's coming, the people, it's going to be better people, better friendship, better love, better community, better opportunity, better connections, better network. Everything is better in kingdom and where he's leading you to. He said it's going to be so good that you're not even going to remember what left your life. He said where he's bringing you to and the people and the connections and the things and the resources that he has for you is going to be so great you're not even going to remember. You're not even going to miss what had to go, what you had to leave. Enter into your season of restoration. For many of you, you are at the crossing over season. You deserve it. The Lord said you deserve it because you love me and you kept my commandments and you remain faithful and obedient. No, you're not perfect, but you showed up and you gave it your all. You let me come in. Even when the enemy was on your tail, even when he was hitting you all across your head, your children was acting up, your health was declining. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, but you remained faithful. You remained obedient. You stayed at your post and you didn't leave it. God said, enter into your season of restoration and rest. He said, when you get there, don't apologize to nobody. You rest. As the blessing of the Lord shower over you, he said, you rest. You rest. My name is Lashelle Monroe. I love y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Until next time, God bless, and y'all please keep the faith.